Dotted between Splatoon 1 and 2, you will find a lot of street art decorated throughout the multiplayer maps and on the levels riddled across the Octo Valley. And on the odd occasion, you will find 8-bit Octoroks from the Zelda series and bloopers from Super Mario. And perhaps to no surprise considering the rivalry between Squids and the Octarians. While in Inkopolis Square there are some pretty neat references, as just above Mr. Grizz's you can find 2 giant billboards with nods to Wicked and the Phantom of the Opera. Then by wandering just around the corner, Merch the sea urchin who is constantly playing on his phone, you'll be able to hear these sound effects. And that's because he is actually playing the Squid Jump minigame from Splatoon. At the other end of the square, Inkopolis Tower can be seen in the distance, but probably my favourite is that the Galleria is actually based on Times Square in New York, with the lobby tower being 1 Times Square, and the ye olde clothing store representing 1500 and Broadway, and home to Good Morning America. And speaking of TV shows, then why not pop by the windows looking in on either Marie and Callie's studio or even Pearl and Marina's, where they will always greet you with a friendly wave. In late 2015 it was announced that the Piranha Pit multiplayer stage would be released, and if you take to it during only a turf war battle then walk down to the dock looking out across the lake, a blue jellyfish occupies a boat, but by waiting until the clock is less than 1 minute then the great Zapfish will make an appearance. And since we're in the multiplayer area, we might as well check out the lobby Easter egg, which first appeared during the global test fire, where now instead of playing the Squid minigame, we can instead create our own tunes by utilising most of the controls to mess up and improve the background audio. After completing both hero modes across the 2 titles, you get the chance to scare DJ Octavio and make his snow globe sparkle. And while covering Captain Cuttlefish in ink results in him eventually shaking off the goop, Marie in Splatoon 2 is well prepared, plus even references our character Agent 3 from the original title. However, there are other ways to pee her off by constantly talking to her. But after you complete the game, some of those messages change when Marie seems to like you. Then when it comes to collecting the hidden sunken scrolls positioned throughout each level of the single player campaign, many of them give us a great insight into the world of the Octarians and Squids, but many also make references or takes on real life situations, beliefs and things that really happened. Take Scroll 22 from Splatoon, which features a gold disc that was sent into space in an effort to communicate with other intelligent life. And it was in 1977 that 2 gold records were produced containing sounds and images to portray the diversity of life and cultures, both of which were divided between the 2 Voyager space probes. Scroll 8 makes reference to the biblical story of Adam and Eve. 10 depicts the evolution of the Inklings. Scroll 26 features a fossilised human buried with their Wii U, including that Pro Controller and Wii Controller workaround by tying them together. And there are plenty more to check out, plus you even gain 2 separate animations throughout the scrapbooks once you have discovered all the scrolls. When it comes to Callie and Marie, or basically calamari, the Squid sisters are obviously a huge part of the Splatoon world, and their music happens to be hidden everywhere. As in Inkopolis Plaza, when the train is resting on a platform, you can hear their famous calamari incantation. Plus there's even a secret scroll, number 23 to be exact, that contains their very music sheet. Even in Inkopolis Square underneath the Headspace store you can hear their tunes. But by setting a password up in a private battle in Splatoon, you can actually utilise the 9 digits to create the first 45 notes. And to finish, if you head into any boss battle in Splatoon and just stand around instead of dealing with the upcoming enemy, you will be able to hear what can only be described as disturbing background noises. Like twisted metal, something collapsing, and something or someone screaming. And since 2015 there have been a number of theories, and I think that the one that is most talked about tells that the Inklings and the Octarians are at war over a mighty power source, the Great Zapfish. It is also said the Inklings want to eradicate the Octarians for good, and the metal you hear is the Octarians' world collapsing, and the screams is the death of them. And whatever the real reason, it sure does sound rather terrifying.